What's up, guys? This is going to be kind of a I don't know what type of video this is gonna be, but I know that Battlefront 2 became free for the PS Plus games for June, and literally everybody's getting it. A lot of people in the Friday community are getting it, um, and it's it's free, so why wouldn't you get it? And Star Wars is cool. So I know that a lot of people are annoyed by our boy Mr. Palpatine. um and I get a lot of my friends asking me fucking Apex, just asking me how to play Palpatine. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be discussing him. I'm not the best Palpatine in the world, okay? I think I'm pretty decent with him, but I'm not the best. I'm just gonna be discussing him, how he works, what scenarios he's best for, and star card setups, all that. So, as you can see, I have him level 105, and I'm gonna be taking you through his star cards first, before I show you gameplay of him and discuss him. So, first off, all of his star cards, I think everybody knows that Palpatine is not a saber. He doesn't have a lightsaber. He uses lightning. He's just force lightning as his attack. So he is technically considered a blaster, I think, since he's not a saber. But that's whatever you want to classify him as. So first off, I'm gonna take you through the star card setups that I use for him. And this is specifically just for HVV. I don't play him in Supremacy or Galactic Assault. I rarely touch those modes as it is. I do play him in co-op sometimes, but I'll pretty much use the same star card setup in co-op, So, first of all, we have his first card, which I think is one that you should always use. It's pretty, it's pretty obvious. It's Lightning Reach, okay? Emperor Palpatine's lightning attacks have increased range. This means that you can shoot his lightning. He can blast people from 30% further away, It's just increased range on his lightning attack, his basic L2R2, Next up, we have Amplified Aura. If there are 3 or more enemies within Dark Aura, it deals 30% bonus damage. Now, this would technically be good in Supremacy and Galactic Assault. In theory, it should be good, but in practice, I don't think it's very good. And in HVV, you need 3 people inside of your Dark Aura, and that only happens if you're literally getting, like, jumped, Granted, Palpatine does get jumped a lot in HVV because everybody gets frustrated with him, but I don't recommend using this one. It's not technically bad. It's just there are, other cards that are better than this one. Next, we have Prime Electrocution, and this will electrocute will shock enemies for a longer duration if it hits 3 or more targets. Once again, it's pretty much the same thing except for his electrocute attack instead of his Dark Aura. So electrocute allows you to shock the floor, and it immobilizes people for about 1.5 seconds, allowing you to shock them and your teammates to rape them, while they're shocked. It's basically a stun. This will shock them for 30% longer if 3 or more enemies are hit by it. Now, if it was 2 enemies instead of 3, I would probably run it. Well, actually, no. Well, I don't know. If it was 2, it would be a lot better, but then that would be kind of overpowered. So if you shock 3 or more people, it increases the stun by 30%. I don't really recommend using this one. It's not bad. Once again, there's just others that are better than this. Show No Mercy. This is one that I recently switched to over the Rule of 2, but we'll get to that later. So, Show No Mercy. Each extra target hit by Chain Lightning will reduce its cooldown by 0.25 seconds to a maximum. This effect resets when Emperor Palpatine is defeated. So, basically, for each extra target you hit with Chain Lightning, it reduces its cooldown by 1/4 second. Chain Lightning is another one of his abilities. He basically shoots out a stream of lightning, and it travels from target to target, and it can hit multiple people. So if it only hits one person, this card isn't gonna do anything. But if you hit 2 people, it's gonna reduce the cooldown of Chain Lightning by 1/4 second, and that can stack all the way up to a 5-second reduced cooldown on this. And Chain Lightning, in my opinion, is his best ability. So if you can get 5 seconds cooldown reduced on that, on his best ability, it's pretty powerful, and it's also extremely overpowered, like when you really think about it. Granted, you have to hit extra targets and not just one person, but still, It's really fucking, I like it. Okay, I run it. We have growing darkness. Dark aura grows longer and larger as long as it is active. Basically, this just means that the dark aura gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it can increased area effect by 20%. So it gets 20% bigger, but that's really, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't run it. It's not one of his best cards. I wouldn't run it. With Surge of Lightning, Chain Lightning can bounce to more targets. Now, this would be extremely good in Galactic Assault and Supremacy. However, in HVV, or Heroes vs. Villains, or any type of hero mode, it's not, because you can already hit 4 people with Chain Lightning, and that's the whole team in Heroes vs. Villains. That's the whole team. So this card is basically useless in Heroes vs. Villains, but in Galactic Assault and Supremacy, it is actually amazing. Like, I kid you not, because Chain Lightning is overpowered. Next we have the Rule of 2. This is one that I used to use, but I don't use it anymore. I kind of switched between the Rule of 2 and Show No Mercy. But the Rule of 2, Emperor Palpatine's two-handed lightning attack deals bonus damage to enemies that are electrocuted. So basically this means that anybody that gets electrocuted, that anybody that you stun with your stun attack, it's called electrocute. I don't really know how to pronounce that in a sentence. I mean, pronounce that in a sentence. I don't really know how to use that in a sentence that I'm trying to use it in. But basically, enemies that are electrocuted, that are stunned, when you shock them with your basic two-hand lightning attack, L2 and R2, it deals 30% bonus damage. Now that is actually, it's really good. It is good. And I know a lot of people actually use this one. Once again, I kind of switch between Show No Mercy and the Rule of 2, because Chain Lightning is extremely overpowered. Like, it is, oh my god, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that is a really good card. Keep in mind, these are all your choice to run. You can choose whatever you want to run. This is a really good card. I do recommend it. Next, we have In Full Control, and Emperor Palpatine's lightning attacks drain less stamina. So, Palpatine does have a stamina bar, just like everybody else, and it drains when you're shocking people with L2 and R2. Your basic two-handed lightning attacks. That will drain your stamina. Now this basically reduces the stamina drain by 16%, allowing you to shock people for 16% longer before you run out of stamina. It's a no-brainer, obviously run this, and I think lightning reaches are a no-brainer as well. These are kind of no-brainers. The third one's your choice, but In Full Control and lightning reach are no-brainers. Forked Lightning, Electrocute has an increased area of effect. This one is actually kind of good. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just I'm personally not a fan of it. I mean, this is his stun attack Electrocute. It increases the AoE by 20%. That is on paper really, really good, but you can only have 3 star cards, and that's been like taking up 1, and I don't run it. But it is a good card. It's not a bad card. So now, since I have taken you through all the star cards, explained them, I'm gonna show you some gameplay of Palpatine and basically explain how he works, how to play him, strategies for him, what type of scenarios he's good in, all that good stuff. So I will see you guys in game. Alright, so here we are. We're in a game. I'm doing commentary over this, so I'm just gonna be commenting on like what I'm doing. This is not like a live commentary. This is this has already been recorded and everything. So first off, I want to point out that you do not straight beeline with Palpatine, okay? That is an easy way to end up dead, literally 100% of the time. Palpatine has no block. He cannot block. That means that blasters are his biggest threat. Also, he cannot block force abilities. And as we all know, or at least from the people who already have this game, the dodge is broken. Palpatine's is decent, but it's still... he still has trouble dodging force abilities, as you can see. Basically, the life of Palpatine is getting ragdolled all over the map 24/7. Now, as you can see, no block once again. There is a Leia on that team, and it's actually like a level 200 Leia, so, it's going to be pretty challenging for me. I have to flank her and basically own, like, I can't go straight on for blasters. That Palpatine cannot do that. You will die. Also, Palpatine is a support character. He is not somebody that you go and try and get kills with all on your own. If you do that, you'll probably die. Okay, because all of these sabers will definitely spam their abilities on you. As you can see, they're spamming all their abilities on me, because that's really the only way that you can kill a good Palpatine. I'm not really, I mean, okay, I'm a decent Palpatine, but a Palpatine that knows how to dodge, that's the only way you're going to kill him, is with all your force abilities, because you won't be able to touch him. So, first off, I want to point out that Palpatine does have the best forward dodge in the game. That little kind of forward, that right there, that little forward roll, that is his forward dodge. It is the best dodge, best forward dodge in the game. And, that basically, that's what makes Palpatine so annoying, is his dodge. Because that Anakin, yeah, he was spamming R2. He was trying to swing, he was trying to hit me, he could barely hit me. Also this Leia, I'm pretty sure is about to murder me right here. Yep, I died by her thermal detonator. So, his dodge is his best asset. You need to learn how to dodge with Palpatine to be an effective Palpatine. If you don't know how to dodge, you're going to get raped. Alright, I'm just going to put it like plain and simple, you will get raped. And there is nothing that you can do about it. You have to know how to dodge. And a really good tip that I can give you is you can actually dodge through saber users. As you can see me doing in these clips, I'm dodging through this Yoda, and he doesn't even know what's going on. All he can do is hold block, because he doesn't even know what's happening. You can dodge through everybody, and you won't take a hit if you dodge through them. That is one of the, that's basically how to put it, like, easily. That's what you need to learn first off, is that you can do that with a blaster, you can do that with saber, you can do that with Palpatine, you can actually do that with anybody. That's a really good tip. That's a really good universal tip, is that you can dodge through people. It's really effective. So yeah, as you can see me do right there again. And I'm actually going to take you through all of Palpatine's abilities right now and just let you kind of watch this. So first off, Chain Lightning, I already talked about it. Chain Lightning is his best ability, 100%, at least I think so. It's definitely, in my personal opinion, his best ability, simply because, basically think about Chain Lightning like this. If you're only using it on one person, which I do a lot, and all the Palpatines do a lot, all good Palpatines know how good Chain Lightning is. If you're using Chain Lightning on one person, think of it as just a burst, like kind of like an extra burst of lightning. Basically, if you hit Chain Lightning on one person, it will cause a drain in their stamina. It will deplete like a portion of their stamina. And it also is a kind of like a damage boost. It will, they're fucking spamming the AAA RM chat. You guys are pussies. Anyways, it is basically a damage boost, or a bonus, a damage bonus, I guess. I don't know. It will cause a, it will basically just, you'll hit them with an extra burst of lightning, and it will drain their health even more. It's kind of like a big chunk of health that will go missing because you hit them with Chain Lightning. Think of it like that, kind of like just an extra burst of lightning, like a little short burst of lightning. However, if you're hitting it with multiple people, it will do that same thing to the first person, but it will bounce from person to person. So it's obviously better to do it where, you know, there's multiple people, if you can. But if you're about to die to one person, like you see me do here, because I was being a complete bot, you, and what I did right there to that Obi, I hit him with Chain Lightning while I was shocking him, and it caused a huge thing, like, it basically depleted its health. So, Chain Lightning is his best ability. It goes from person to person if you can hit multiple people with it, if they're close enough. And, against one person, it is still really good. Also, if you run out of stamina, you can hit them with Chain Lightning and keep the damage going, enough for you to regain your stamina, because Palpatine regains his stamina extremely quickly. Also, I want to point out here that literally everybody was on my dick right here. They all wanted to be dead. This Chewie and this Leia just had enough of me, but I'll let you see what happens. It's, but I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I don't know. Chain Lightning, just basically all I can say, best ability, you already know. Enough about that though. I'm gonna move on to Dark Aura, which personally I really don't use that often. I kind of forget that it's there. I had a Luke and a Leia on me right here, and I did not die. I killed them both, and then I beamed the Leia, and then she left the game. So I kind of forget that I have Dark Aura sometimes, because it's that ability that I just don't really use that much, although it is really helpful. It's not a bad ability, it's helpful. Basically what Dark Aura does is you create a cloud of lightning around you, sort of like a lightning storm around you, and anybody who walks into that will be damaged. So I mainly use this for intimidation. You can do that a lot. Sabers will actually get scared of Dark Aura, even though it really doesn't do that much damage. I just mainly use it for intimidation. They'll back off, but if they don't, they'll end up taking all that damage from it. Right here, what I do, you can also do this as well. If somebody is low, like a Saber is low health and they have high stamina like Luke does or Obi-Wan, and they're just blocking, you can activate Dark Aura and just follow them around. They will take the damage and they will die. That's basically, it's pretty self-explanatory what the uses of Dark Aura are for. Also, if you're getting gangbanged, then activate Dark Aura. It will most likely, not always, okay, it will most likely push everybody off of you. Because a lot of people are actually scared of this. I don't know. Once again, I really don't know why. It doesn't do that much damage. But I guess they just don't want to take any damage, you know? But basically it just, you know, creates a lightning cloud around you, and you are able to, basically any enemies that go in there will, you know, they'll get damaged. I'm stuttering a lot. I'm sorry. Next up we have Electrocute. That is the stun ability that you see me doing. I don't know when I'm gonna do it next. I think I'm gonna do it right here. Yep, right there, right there. So basically, as you can see, that stunned Obi-Wan. I shocked to the ground, and it stunned him for about a good second and a quarter of a second. So like 1.25 seconds, around there. That is another really good ability. I mean, all his abilities are good, you know, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's basically just a stun, you know. That is, you know, you're stunned. I spent that entire gameplay just talking about his abilities. Wow, I cannot move subjects. Anyways, that's just a stun, self-explanatory. Has a pretty slow cooldown, but not as slow as his Dark Aura that has the slowest cooldown. And we're moving on to another gameplay where I was actually playing like a complete bot. Like, I was not paying attention. It was really early in the morning. So, anyways, that's basically his abilities. I can't believe I spent that 17 minutes talking about just his abilities. Okay, anyways, moving on. Okay, like I've said before, I'm gonna straight up just talk about him and what scenarios he's good in and everything like that. Palpatine is not somebody that you beeline with, as I've said that before. Beeline basically means you rush straight down the middle with. I'm gonna demonstrate that right here, basically. There is a Leia on the other team, and she pulls out rapid fire. She's ready to laser the team, as you can see right there. These dummies are beelining it. Okay, me, with an IQ of over 130, I go behind her. Alright, I go behind the team so that I don't get raped, even though I just got raped by Anakin. But anyways, don't beeline with Palpatine. He has no block. He cannot block. L2, which is normally the block, is used for his left hand, and R2 is used for his right hand. By the way, don't be a one-handed Palpatine, please. Palpatine used both the triggers that controls both of his hands. You can shock people with two hands instead of just one. So hold L2 and R2 to shock people. Palpatine is mainly support, even though it looks, you can get a lot of kills with Palpatine. You know, I've gotten like 20 something kills in HVV before, and I mean kills, not just eliminations, like kills. You know, you can get a lot of kills, but he is mainly support. You will mainly be getting assists unless you kill still, like I do, because, you know, XP, XP, XP. We're good at the game, so we still kills. So, you will mainly be getting assists with Palpatine. Although he does get hella points. He gets a shit ton of points. That's why I'm literally always first on the leaderboard. But he is mainly support. Do not play him super aggressively, okay? Try to play him passively. Unless you know that you can beat somebody. Okay, I actually play Palpatine pretty aggressively because, especially with all the since this game became free, there's a lot of babies on this game now. I know I can pretty much murder majority of them, like this Rey here, who kept trying to challenge me but didn't know what she was doing. Um, he is mainly support, so do not play him super aggressively because that will result in death majority of the time. You mainly need to sit back and shock people while they're trying to fight other people. Basically, be a dick is what I'm trying to say. Be a dick, okay? Be a dick with Palpatine. That's what he's made for. That's basically all. He's just support, you know? So don't go in there rushing with him. He has really low health, to be honest. He has the same health as Darth Maul, and Maul has really low health. He has 700 base health. I don't know how much his regen health is though. Also, I think I got murdered by this Luke here because I shocked him and it didn't work. So yeah, I got murdered by a level 1 Luke. Sad life. Anyways, he has 700 base health. I have no idea how much his health regen is. I think it's around 200, maybe. Probably 200, maybe 150, 250, somewhere around there. It's not super amazing. He doesn't have a lot of health, and that's for a reason. If he had a lot of health, that would just be 2 aids, you know? He's already aids. We cannot make him more aids. So, he has low health. And for that reason, you have to play him cautiously, unless you're me, or unless you're an experienced Palpatine. You know, if you're an experienced Palpatine, you go to town. But if while you're learning him, just stick back. You know, hang back, hold L2 and R2. You really don't have to be super accurate with his lightning. It auto locks, so you can literally just put them in the center of your screen or around the center of your screen and hold L2 and R2 while staying still, and you'll shock them. You can do that from like a vantage point and stuff. I made that Ray DC, by the way. You can do that from a vantage point. Also, this BB-8, like what I'm doing here, basically. You can just sit there and hold L2 and R2 and be good at the game with Palpatine. He's not hard whatsoever. It just he has a bit of a learning curve, just a little bit though. It really didn't take me long to get him at all. He's extremely easy. So don't like, you know, you'll learn him eventually. If you're getting frustrated with him, make sure that you're not trying to go for kills. Make sure you're not trying to kill the whole team by yourself, because that is not going to happen. They will murder you before you probably kill one person. So all I can really say on him is just play supportively. Play like you're BB9 or BB8. Just play supportively. Don't be lying in there. Don't try and kill the whole team. Just play support, and you'll be fine with him. That's what he was made for. He's made it for support. Although you can take it to the next level and be pretty aggressive if you're good. But you're not good considering you're watching this video. Anyways, that's basically really all that I have to say about Palpatine. I'm gonna go over the really essential things one more time. So basically, remember, you can dodge through people. That is really good. Also, remember to jump with him. Hold X, jump with him, because they won't be able to hit you in the air, but you can shock them while you're in the air. Yes, that's a thing. So remember to dodge through people, to jump after you dodge. Sometimes you can do double dodge, although I wouldn't double dodge unless it's like necessary. Like right there, I just had to get out of that small room, and I'm gonna jump and avoid all these people, dodge through. Basically just he has really good maneuverability, so use that to your advantage. Remember, dodge through people, jump, and you can shock while you jump at the same time. Use his abilities when you need to. Also, I recommend playing him with really high sensitivity so you can turn your camera really fast. I recommend that with everybody. Always turn up your sensitivity in this game. I have mine on max, but you don't have to have yours on max. So anyways, that's what I wanted to touch bases on with him, is that, you know, don't be a don't be a one-handed Palpatine. Don't be a bot Palpatine. Remember, you can dodge through people. You can jump while you shock. And use his abilities when they are necessary. I'll put it like that, okay? Don't just don't be a bot with him. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. He's pretty easy to learn. You'll get him eventually. I don't think I need to make another one of these videos, but I might make one on Lando, maybe, even though I'm not really that good with Lando. I try my best. I might start making Star Wars videos because this game is really fun. Anyways, we're coming up to the end of this gameplay. This team got literally raped. They had a teammate DC as well, so that just wasn't fun for them. So just, yeah, see what happens when you try and 1v1 people. You're gonna get, okay, even though I killed this man, even though I killed him, I still lost a lot of health. So, you know, that's all I have to say on Palpatine. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I doubt anybody does. I doubt anybody's gonna see this. But you know what? This is a fun game. I really do recommend that everybody gets this game while it's free. It's really fun. You know, it's a good game. And anyways, if you have any questions, and once again, leave them in the comments. When I see them, I'll answer them. But other than that, that's really all I have to say about him. Just remember to play him as support, dodge through people, jump while you shock. Blasters are his. Well, I kind of got reminded of this because this Chewie is here. Blasters are Palpatine's biggest threat. That is his biggest counter. This Chewbacca BM'd me. But that Palpatine's biggest counter is blasters. If you're getting raped by a Palpatine, switch to a blaster. Okay, he cannot block the bullets. Just don't have COD mobile aim. You know. And you will murder that Palpatine before he even gets close to you. If he's a smart Palpatine, he's going to try and flank you. Remember that. That's what smart Palpatines will do. They will flank you. Keep that in mind. But, that being said, I'm going to shut up and let you watch these last 2 kills. Last kill, actually. I think. Am I the one that kills him? I forgot. I don't know. Maybe. I think okay, he's dead. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. I will see you guys later. Peace out.